Hi, this is Abe Wesley. That ain't who tells it like a T.I. is. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like my channel, please subscribe. The topic I'm going to talk to you today about is the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 14, cast update. And also, I'm going to talk about how one of the Real Housewives of Atlanta stars, Kenya Moore, will be joining Dancing with the Stars. I will also be talking about the Real Housewives of Potomac, season 6, episodes 7 and 8. As I just mentioned in the intro, it started off with the girls showing up for breakfast. Started off with Robin. It started off with Robin and Candace in the kitchen trying to whip up some breakfast, and then the other girls started coming in, like Mia and Robin and Gizelle, and they were talking about what had happened the night before with Gizelle and Wendy, and so the other girls were at the cottage, Wendy, Karen, and Ascala, and Ascala was trying to figure out how to run the golf cart, and Karen was calling the girls and telling them that they would be there for breakfast as soon as Ascala figured out how to work the go-kart. She finally figured out how to work the go-kart. And just as they were arriving, the girls were still talking about the incident from the night before, and that's when Candace told Mia to be quiet. The other girls were coming. And so while they were at breakfast and they were getting ready to sit down, right before they got ready to sit down, Ashley had arrived. Everybody was ready. I mean, after breakfast, Gizelle and Robin went to talk because after Wendy ignored Gizelle at breakfast, after Candace asked Wendy how did she feel, Gizelle and Robin decided to exit the kitchen and go into another room. And as they went into another room, Gizelle was telling Robin she know her situation and stuff, but she was telling Robin that she needed to watch her behavior and watch what she's doing because because a man is not going to want to look at no unattractive woman. And she was saying if Juan keep telling her that she needs to get up and do stuff and do things like that, she need to go ahead on and heed the behavior. And in her confessional, Gizelle was saying she was just giving Robin some tough love, which was right on point as far as giving the tough love part. And then after that, that's when Ashley arrived, and everybody was happy to see Ashley except for Candace. And so Ashley came in, with her little stuff. And while Ashley was outside talking with the other ladies, Gizelle decided to fill Ashley in on what happened the night before, and she told them how Wendy was shading everybody, and how she didn't like Wendy's behavior, and how Wendy has changed since she has gotten that breast implant surgery and all that type of stuff. And so and so she was saying, well, maybe Wendy doesn't understand. She said, maybe I should talk to Wendy. And she said, yeah, maybe you should talk to Wendy. I'm just giving you a little summarize of what happened. And then right after that, they were, I think, at lunch right before the wine testing thing, and that's when Ashley brought up the subject and said that Gizelle told her what had happened and how you went crying to Karen and stuff like that. And Wendy just said she thought all the ladies were attacking her and that they were body shaming her, and that's why she kind of went off and shut everybody down. And Ashley was trying to defend Gizelle, and you could tell why Ashley and Mia was trying to defend Gizelle. You could tell Robin had a funny look on her face. I think Robin thinks that she's the only one that's supposed to be defending Gizelle, because a lot of those other girls are kind of new, especially Maya. And so and so I don't know if her name is Mia or Maya, and so it was like Wendy was telling Maya, I don't say anything about your lifestyle. You know, you was a stripper. She said, no, I wasn't a stripper. I was a lady, you know. I was a lady that we worked at a restaurant, and we just gave gentlemen conversation stuff. Now, Wendy, you was a stripper. I mean, now Maya, you was a stripper. Stop lying and say that you was not a stripper. That's what exactly what you were, was a stripper. It might have been a high class place, but you were still a stripper. But anyway, it shifted to the wine tasting contest, and then they all were drinking wine, and it was like Robin was drinking more wine than anybody. She had 4 shots, and even the hostess was urging her on. And then after that, that's when Wendy came back and told the whole group what Ashley had told her about. They were discussing her husband. And even though Ashley said that she brought it up, she said that her and Gizelle didn't think that the rumors were true. And Wendy was saying she thought that Gizelle could have came to her as a woman and talked to her privately instead of talking for the whole girl in the group. And she said that's the way she felt. And then she just went off on Gizelle and told Gizelle that she's that don't mess with her or her family. She'll beat her butt right in front of all those other people. And then Candace, she called herself trying to be the peacemaker for this season somewhat. And then the show ended with Ashley saying she didn't mean no harm and she had to leave. And while Ashley was in the kitchen, that's when Candace gonna come up in there and told Ashley all of the girls knew about the situation, but nobody brought it up but her. She said she didn't bring it up as being anything mean. Even Gizelle said she didn't bring it up as being anything mean or malicious. She said she was just trying to find out what went on, and you could tell that Candace still had something against Ashley. She just wanted to start some stuff with Ashley, because really when they showed the scene, Ashley was talking to the producers, and she was saying that she didn't mean no harm, no foul, and she just told her get out, and it went off. Episode 7, episode 8 started off with with the girls going to the pool and swimming with Gizelle. And Gizelle talking about she likes to do exercises, along with her diet and keep her body right and her shape right and stuff like that. And then Skylar was assigned to drive the girls again to the house, and they were saying, "Oh, we're not gonna drive with you no more, Skylar. You drive too wild." She said, "Well, at least I got y'all there." And so Karen came downstairs and said, "Oh no, I just got my makeup and my face beat for my opening ceremony, for my ceremony." She said, I can't get my hair wet." So Gizelle got in the water, Wendy finally got in the water, and then I think Robin got in the water. So they were all kind of getting in the water, and they were all kind of swimming. And Mia said she wasn't getting in the water either. So Mia and Karen started talking, and Karen mentioned to Mia about how that really upset Wendy about what Gizelle had said about her, about her and her husband, about her shaming her about her body and stuff like that. And then it flashed to the scene where they were I think they were either at lunch. They were either at lunch, and they were discussing what had happened the day before. And then that's when she said that she felt everybody was body shaming her, Wendy, at the lunch table. And Gizelle was trying to explain her part, and she said, I didn't mean nothing malicious. She said, but still, you could have did that. And then it was like kept trying to chime in, and then after that, Wendy just got up and left, and said got up and left and went in the next room, and then they made her came back. And then it's like after that they switched to the next scene where they were playing tennis. It was Wendy and Skylar and Robin and Gizelle, and Robin and Gizelle won the tennis match. And then it switched to Karen talking to Ray about the situation with and then Ray told Karen, "Don't be worried about Gizelle and all her mess. You need to focus on your ceremony." And then they showed a little bit Karen's ceremony, where she was an honorary person, and they gave her the key to a Shuri, and so that was a nice part, and they had all our family. But on the way back from the ceremony, they stopped at a little 7-Eleven to get something to drink, and Mia was saying that was the first time she had ever been in a 7-Eleven. She hadn't been in a 7-Eleven in her life, and I was saying, you hadn't been in a 7-Eleven in your life. What's going on with you? Who had you captured up in the house when you couldn't go to a 7-Eleven? And then while they went back on the bus on the way back to the main house, that's when Mia told Karen and Wendy that they were still talking about the situation the night before, and she was saying that Gizelle said that if she's gonna be that weak, she shouldn't be in the group. Even though Gizelle didn't say that, Mia said that. But I think Mia did that to get Gizelle back for stealing that room from her, because Mia said she was gonna do something to get back. So I think that's exactly what Mia did. And then and then right after that, they went upstairs and they went to sleep. And so when they did go back to the main house the next day, they went back to the poolside. And so Gizelle tried to say something to Wendy. Wendy looked at her, rolled her eyes, and threw her braids in her face. And she said, well, you know what? I want to talk to you about the situation we had the other day during the wine tasting stuff, but I'm not going to talk to no braids. You're not going to look at me. I'm not going to talk to no braids. And then Wendy kept looking at her and didn't say she had nothing. So next thing I know, Wendy got up with her braids, and Gizelle was mad. And so her and went and talked again, her and Robin. And she was telling Robin that, telling Robin about her behavior, and she was telling Robin that she wanted her to win, and she wants her to do better. And Robin was telling she's kind of scared that she's gonna fail. And I know some people do they're scared of accomplishing something once they had failed at it once. And so after that, she told her, no, if Macy's and all these other people want to have your hats in their store, go ahead on and do that. And then Robin said, I remember Gizelle, when she said in her confession, she said, I remember how hard it was when we invested in that and we lost all our money. And she was saying our kids didn't even know that I was struggling to put food on the table and stuff. And that is kind of hard for a person. To do that. And that's when episode 8 went off. So they showed clips of episode 9 on another Housewives notes. They put out over the weekend about the season 14 cast. It's gonna be Candy. It's gonna be Candy, Kenya, Portia, Sheree, Drew Samora, and Marlo. And they said something about, I think this is from Tamara Tabos. I seen it on Twitter, but some people got it from her site. But anyway, they said they think Shamia is gonna be a friend of the show. And they were also saying something about Portia supposed to have a spinoff show. But I'm kind of glad Drew Samora came back. I was so glad that they didn't put that other girl back on there, because I didn't like her at all. The one who was claiming that she was Kenya's friend, and everybody knew it was a lie. So all in all, both shows are good. Potomac is getting better. I hope Atlanta gets better next year. This is Abe Wesley. That ain't even tells it like a T.I. is. I am out.